In this section, you will learn and implement the builder pattern. To do that, first you will implement the problem itself without the builder pattern, and then you will solve it using the builder pattern. In this lecture, I will summarize what that problem is. Let's say we are building a HTTP client application or class that is responsible for making HTTP calls. And this class can be used by any other class or module which wants to make HTTP calls. So it has a method that we can pass in, URL to hit. If it needs security, it supports security by giving username and password, and then the HTTP headers and the body. Typically, we will create a constructor like this, and whoever wants to instantiate the HTTP client, they can do something like this to instantiate the client object, which is very ugly because some applications might not want to pass in all the parameters. They might not need the security support that we have in HTTP client. So they will pass in nulls. Whoever is reading this code as another developer, it will be very difficult for him to see what these nulls here stand for. This is not readable code. That is where the builder pattern comes in. What you see here is after implementing the builder pattern, this is how you can create the very same object. If somebody needs the method, he will invoke the method, pass in the method. If somebody needs to configure the URL, this is how they can configure the URL, the body, and so on. The code here is much more readable, and each methods here are explicitly telling the developer what exactly they do. It's like reading a book. So instead of using an ugly constructor like this, once you implement the builder pattern, the code will be much more readable and configurable as well. The clients can use only those methods that are required to initialize the object when it is created, and they can skip the initialization of other parameters by not invoking the methods.